Are you overusing toxic deodorants that are causing more harm to you than good? Hello, my successful and healthy earthlings. Mihaela Rogushia, naturopath and fan of the Natural Health Podcast. In this episode today, I'm going to share with you a product that is going to assist you with your smell, but also being non-toxic. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to give you an opportunity to join a health and success orange community by clicking below and joining the Natural Health newsletter. And while I have you, remember to subscribe and like the Natural Health Podcast. If it's on YouTube, if it's on Spotify, on Apple, iTunes, wherever it is, do your little bit to help the Natural Health Podcast. There you have it, and join the Natural Health Podcast newsletter. Welcome to the Natural Health Podcast, where we bring awareness of sustainable health in business hustle space. Natural Health Podcast is perfect for the high-performing business-minded individuals who want to work with their biochemistry to achieve success and optimal health. It's Tuesday, which means it's time for this week's top product review. Click below and subscribe to be known and notified about these types of episodes that I'm releasing of top products. And today's top product, I am so excited to share with you because it has changed my life, literally. There's not many products I say that about. There's not many products I say that have changed my life, but this one really has. And it has to do with something that naturally occurs. We all naturally sweat, right? And depending on the bacteria on our body, depending on what we eat, depending on so many other factors, this sweat can smell on some individuals. And this is what some individuals, suffer with. And it's not the nicest thing when you're going out and you're sweating because you're in a social environment and it's something that brings you a little bit of anxiety. You go there to meet new people and all they can do is smell your sweat. That's not the most exciting thing because then that causes more stress, more sweating, and then you're most likely not going to be out there anymore, right? But the thing that we can do is we can use deodorants, and there's been advertisements left, right, and center on TV, radio about all of these deodorants, but these are all filled with toxins. Every time I smell them, I know they're filled with toxins, with fragrances, with things that is not meant to be on our body, especially under our armpits where our lymph nodes are, right? We're not supposed to put toxins there. We're not supposed to put toxins anywhere, yet alone right there, okay? So the bad news is that most of these have aluminium salts, which are possible links to serious health concerns. So what you need to do right now is ditch your deodorant. Whatever you have in your cupboard right now, grab it and chuck it in the bin. And you need to get yourself some Woohoo. I know it sounds a bit crazy, right? But I have come across this absolutely amazing deodorant, and it is toxin-free, 100% natural. It just works. It's vegan friendly, cruelty free, and the best thing is it's born here in Australia, in New South Wales. It's one of the most gentlest natural deodorants you'll find. So let's go through a few things that the benefits are, and I love it. I've tried many deodorants before, and either they didn't work, or they were still filled with some toxins, or they just, didn't fit what I needed them for. But when I came across Woohoo, I was like, it changed my life. I've literally been using it for the last 2 months, and it's one of the best deodorants I've come across. It is fast acting, long lasting, it has all day protection. And I know it sounds like a little ad that I'm doing, but I'm here to support any business that's not only Australian owned, but that's toxin free and that does what it's supposed to do. It helps control wetness by absorbing moisture. It rubs on clear, so there's no white marks, no yellow stains, no greasiness. The pH adjusted to an extra gentle skin without compromising effectiveness. It doesn't sting after shaving, which is absolutely amazing. It's refreshing. It's unisex fragrance, and they use pure essential oils, no artificial fragrances, right? So when you smell it, it's pure essential oils that you're smelling. All natural with mainly used organic ingredients, free from aluminium salt, phytates, and parabens. Vegan, like I said before, cruelty-free. Aussie made, right? Absolutely amazing. And it lasts for about 4 months. That little jar that you have, or little stick that you have, can last 4 or 5 months, depending how much you use it. The material is 100% recyclable. And the most important thing is it actually works. I absolutely love it. And I love also that it brings a bit of an Australian Aboriginal culture in it. There's so many things that you can find out on their website about who they are. www.woohoobody.com.au, and you'll be able to find the natural deodorant there. I use the black one. Absolutely love it. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried this deodorant or if you're wanting to try it or what has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you. Absolutely love it. If you know someone who would love this episode on Natural Podcast, share it with them. Get your hands on some woohoo deodorant. I have some on right now and I love it and it works and it's absolutely amazing. No need to be concerned about that smell of meeting new people or it not working. It works 100% and I'm supporting an Australian business. That's what I love. Do what you do best. Love, like, share the Natural Health Podcast. Thank you for joining us on Natural Health Podcast. Remember, the missing link between failure and success is your health. Advice or take the place of medical advice or any current treatment you're undertaking. Consult your own medical professionals for any medical issues that you may be having. This entire disclaimer also applies to any guests or contributors to the Natural Health Podcast. It is advised that you consult your doctor or healthcare professional in relation to any health concerns you may be having. Mahela Raguse does not take responsibility for any health consequences which occur from a person listening, viewing, or reading this content. Under no circumstances shall the Natural Health Podcast, Mahela Raguse, any guests or contributors to the Natural Health Podcast, or any employees, associates, or affiliates of Mahela Raguse be responsible for damages arising from the information provided on the Natural Health Podcast. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as medical advice to treat any medical conditions in either yourself or others. Please note, if you're taking prescription, do not stop your medication or start a new protocol, including but not limited to supplements, diet, lifestyle changes without consulting a doctor or healthcare professional. If you or any person has a medical concern, you should consult with your healthcare provider or seek other professional medical advice. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something that you have read or heard on the Natural Podcast or in any linked materials. If you think you may have a medical emergency, call your doctor or emergency services immediately. Neither Mahela Raguse nor the publisher of this content takes responsibility for the possible health consequences of any person or persons reading or listening or following the information in educational content.